Welcome in to Coast Disc Golf on Central Coast Disc Golf. I am Ian Anderson. That is Cory Merle, and these are your topics. We're going to take a look at the Discmania Challenge recap, look at the ratings update that just happened from the PDGA. The Preserve Doubles is coming up this weekend. Cannot wait to talk about that. And we also have a fantasy recap for you. We got to start off, Cory. We just got back from Portland, man. Always a good trip to the Rose City.
Oh, absolutely, man. Amazing trip. Stayed at your parents' house, which is always a treat. Lee and Leanne, hosts with the mosts. It was a bit of a dog fest, though. We brought our dog, me and Ashley. You brought your dog. Your family has a new puppy, and it was hectic, but super fun week out in Portland.
And don't forget Loki, too. My parents have a dog. There was like 4 dogs around my house. It was fun. We took them out to the Gorge with the Multnomah Falls. Got to spend a ton of time in Pier Park. Got some great food, a little hot pot, little Korean barbecue. Shout out to my little brother, Kevin Anderson, for hooking up dinner for Ashley's birthday. If you're looking to buy a Ferrari, you can't do better than my little brother, Kevin Anderson. Hit him up at Ron Tonkin, Gran Turismo in Wilsonville. He'll hook you up if you need a Ferrari, just randomly. Or
I'm sure there's a big crossover between disc golfers and Ferrari shoppers, too, Ian. So that's huge.
There's one
Kevin.
guy, it's Macbeth, and he already bought his, what's he have, a McLaren or something, I think?
Had it for like 11 months.
Oh, okay, we missed our opportunity. All right, let's move on to the Discmania Challenge recap. It happened. It was interesting on both sides, kind of for different reasons. Let's talk about MPO first, Cory. Evan Smith, unbelievable event. Shot an 11.07 rated, 15 under round 2, and route to an absolutely dominant win. His first win on tour, we got back-to-back winners on tour. Kind of cool there. But going into round 3, Smith, 25 under, 8 clear of the field. Second place finish at 24. He just needed to not shoot over that final day to win, Cory. Crazy stuff.
Honestly, unbelievable stuff, truly. Like, my thought coming down the stretch, round 3, is like, he has risen. Evan Smith has been missing for the majority of the season. He peeks his head out of that cave, and what do you know? He showed the upside that he could legitimately be the best player in the world. Like, if this is in the tank, like, the only thing holding him back from being truly one of the elite pros we have on the field is just playing every week. It was it wasn't a record-breaking performance, but it was a true breakout performance from Evan.
Yeah, he's shown he has the ceiling of the best player in the world. It looked like this weekend, man. The putt was there. The forehand was there. The forehand, my goodness, Cory, that thing is nasty. As a forehand specialist, what do you got to say about Evan Smith's forehand?
Oh, well, I mean, it's such a beautiful combination of power and technicality, you know? Slow run up or like walk up. He had Nate Perkins kind of back on his bullshit, saying how he was redefining how forehand technique was done, which is now like 2 weeks in a row of some player redefining how we play the game. So Perkins was in, or I guess probably it was Earhart this time, but the boys were in peak form, calling it. It was a thing to watch, though, man. You mentioned his sidearm. The backhand, to me, was almost more impressive. Like, he was absolutely splitting the gaps. You know, none of this like barely misses a tree but has enough draw in it to get back to the green. Like, he was mathematically hitting the middle of these gaps out at Pickard Park.
Yeah, I go back to his drive, hole 7, it was 18, round 2, just straight down the middle of that tiny gap, man. He was on point all weekend long. Really cool. Kind of the biggest question going into Sunday, though, Cory, was, is he going to break the all-time event rating? That was really the only thing up for grabs. That's held by Gannon, 1088 at the 2025 Preserve. I settled for a 1080 event rating, which is still just unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you mentioned the only thing people were thinking about was like the record right there. And that's fair. But I think myself and many others were thinking like basically one of two things. Is he just going to coast this in and set that record like that? Or is this going to be like truly the biggest bag fumble of the season, right? Evan, great player, but he's not exactly somebody who has like shown a propensity to dominate all the way through a tournament. Hole 1, final round. Boots the drive, OB to the right. Second shot, tries to go at the big sidearm. That also falls out of bounds. Like, at that point, I think there were question marks kind of flying around. Like, is this going to crumble quickly? having said that, bangs the C2 putt kind of through the tree, and it was off to the races from there.
Yeah, it was a 6-stroke advantage there, and I don't think it ever got any closer than that. Absolutely
Yeah,
dominant
I mean,
stuff.
shouts to Austin Turner, though. I mean, he was effectively pushing him. He had mentioned that the course does suit lefties pretty well, which I think is a good assessment. There's a lot of like shoot it straight and then bend right at the finish type shots. So it was cool to see him making a push. But yeah, you said it. It got to 6. It never even really was closer than that. So
Yeah.
big week.
Taking some look at some Evan Smith stats here. This is his first Disc Golf Pro Tour event since he finished 5th at the Champions Cup in April. He had 4 wins in North Carolina during his time away. His previous best was a 2nd in Des Moines last year, 2nd in Queen City Challenge this year. Stats, he was 60% C2, 6 for 10, led the field. He led the field in strokes gained tee to green at 22.59. Gannon almost identical, but he beat Gannon with the putter this weekend, Cory. That doesn't happen often.
No, rare air for sure. I mean, just felt completely in control, with all phases really of the game. But the putter was just so nice. We've seen a lot of Isaac Robinson spit outs, and in years past, Ricky had a case of the Spitsies for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
When you watch Evans putt, though, it is so perfectly paced. They're right on the pole. They're just above the rim, and they are not going anywhere but the bottom of the basket. We talk about how these guys need to figure out pace. It's the goal is not to slam the chains, and I think Evan is that perfect example of what we're talking about.
Yeah, we said kind of reminds us of Macbeth a little bit. He's the master of pace. I think he's pretty close to that. But looking at stats though, Smith C1X putting 97% versus Gannon's 86%. So
unreal.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Speaking of Gannon though, he finished at a tied for 2nd. How the turntables, Cory! Impossible to chase down someone playing perfect. He was feeling it this weekend. Like what Birdie is just holding ground versus Evan Smith this weekend. Did shoot his
It was fun to see
rating.
him in the chasing role, really. And he tried his best. Like, he put down a really solid tournament. Having said that, he played to his rating. Gannon's not thrilled about just playing to his rating at his home course. But, he got beat, plain and simple. Like, Gannon did not lose this tournament. He went out and tried his best and just didn't have enough that week.
Yeah. It's a 2nd straight week. He's finished as someone from this new his era, if you were, Gannon's era. Luke Taylor is younger than him. His peers are really stepping up as we come down here. Austin Turner, that's his best finish of the season, tied for 2nd. Matches his best finish ever on tour, 2nd at the 2025 Music City Open. He tied Smith for the hot rounded round 1 at 10 under. Said the course is very lefty friendly. Did you see that, Cory?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is a fair amount of shots that have that, I mentioned it earlier, that straight to right finish at the end. I saw specifically hole 9 it was a new hole this year, but there was a lot of big numbers, good players taking double, triple bogeys.
Wow.
If you're a lefty though, man, that really sets up well for you. Just kind of that big power backhand, not move it off the line too much with the natural right finish. I think this course definitely has a lot of that shape to it. So not that surprising to see him all the way up to the top. But one of his best finishes, obviously, of his career. And it's funny, man. Austin Turner's kind of been in that disc golf ecosystem for a very long time.
He really has.
And I keep thinking that we've seen the best out of him, but he keeps trending up, Yeah. He's on my list of best players without a big win at this point, firmly. Like, he's there.
I mean, if you look at ratings, that's probably pretty true, honestly. He had some great putting stats this weekend, 92% C1X, 50% out in circle 2. He jumps up 9 spots into 25th in your Pro Tour standing. So he's inside that cut line for the championships. Looking good for Turner. And kind of like his chances to preserve this weekend coming up, but we'll get to that later. Talking about Sullivan Tipton, who came in 4th. He jumped 10 spots on Sunday with a 1088 rated 12 under. That was your hot round for the day. That's a nice recovery after a rough ledgestone finish. We all saw what happened there. It's his 5th top 5 finish of the season. Sullivan Tipton having an objectively great year, Cory.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it earlier, talking about Gannon, how there's been a couple weeks now where his era and even a couple of players who are younger are really stepping it up and filling that gap between the Ricky and Calvin kind of old guard trying to defend their turf against Gannon.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to build up a nice crop of players who can give Gannon a run for his money each week. I think going into the season and even up to maybe halfway through the season, the assumption was that Gannon was just going to dominate the scene for years and years to come. And if Luke Taylor, Sullivan Tipton, Evan Smith, if these players can really continue this pace of just incrementally getting better and better and better, there's at least questions that are going to come up about, is Gannon truly on pace to be like the most winningest, best player of all time? I think it's setting up for a great next generation of golf.
It's just showing how deep the fields are these days, right? There's just talent coming out of the woods. Literally,
yeah, I saw it's
all over the country.
I saw a Reddit post, or maybe it was an R Circle Jerk post, hard to say, or Disc Golf Circle Jerk, but somebody was, they had mentioned like in 20 years, the kids are going to be saying, yeah, Gannon was great, but look, his competition was nothing compared to the competition these days.
Yeah.
And it's so true, right? Like every generation has felt the same way we feel now, and then the tables have flipped, or the pages turned. So it really is fun to see that natural evolution, right? All those 10-20 guys get up to the 10-30s, and as more money and more legitimacy comes into disc golf, like it just makes sense. Like it's a natural progression of time in sports.
Yeah. Moving on to the rest of the field here, we got Paul Kranz, speaking of another young up-and-comer name, finished fifth. That's his best of the season. And we had 5 players tied for 6th. You got Luke Taylor, that's a great finish after a win. Most people just take the weekend off and phone it in, but not Luke. He tried really hard there. Antala, also in 6th. Welcome back to the USA, my buddy. Evan Walker, Cory, a revelation on the network, dude. Unorthodox, 1027 player from Burlington, Iowa. Had a lot of highlights. The camera loved him. We loved watching him. He has a weird pre-shot routine, kind of Isaiah Oliver-esque, if you will. Very demonstrative, emotional player. His jump putt, pretty crazy. It also looks super illegal. And I will also say, we freeze framed it. It's legal.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of why the PDGA feels like they need to change the rule when the reality is like they probably don't. Yeah. Even just kind of before going on camera here, we were talking about like maybe visually, if the PDGA sees that and is like, something's very wrong here. Mm-hmm. What I see, and what I think a lot of people at home see, are huge highlights. And like, we do not need to take away some of the most exciting moments that this sport has to offer for the sake of like 1/2 millisecond. It looks a lot, right? It looks like visually like it shouldn't be allowed, but I think it's just like, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's almost like if you like push the home run fence back 100 feet in baseball. Like you're just taking away highlights,
Yes.
I'm coming around on the highlight part, because man, you go back and you watch these Pro Tour highlight reels, and it's jump putt after jump putt after jump putt, because they're sick, dude.
Exactly. And like, honestly, if the alternative is Gannon just standing there and like ho-humming in 50-footers, like it's just not that fun to watch. It isn't.
It is. It's less visually impressive. It just is.
I mean, in a tournament, and specifically on the men's side, that was really like not much happening in that final round. I mean, maybe like a record-setting performance. There was incredible elite level play going down, but as far as an entertainment product, it was pretty much settled. Yeah. Evan Walker, big winner of the weekend. Like he did more for his brand than Evan Smith did somehow, and he won the event.
Well, it's easy when you go from zero,
Oh yeah, the biggest delta for sure.
Whereas Evan Smith already had a little something cooking. Some other 6th place tires. We had Calvin Heimberg, who blew up a disc in a tree this weekend. Have you done that yet, Cory? Have you blown up a disc on a tree yet?
I mean, certainly not the way he has, but yes, I have blown up 2 discs at Golden Gate Park on hole 4, same hole for some reason. But
were you early morning rounds? Was it cold?
Early. So okay, I'll keep this quick. Small story. Masters Cup 2017. I was prepping for the tournament. I found an old CE Firebird, no name, no number, very well. It was like washed. There was almost nothing on that. I found it 2 days before playing Masters Cup in AM2. Played it, threw it all over Daylaw, won the event, came back on Tuesday. I went out for an early round at GGP. First throw with it, hit a tree, exploded.
Shut up, dude.
Yes, I had it for like 5 days. It was imbued to me from the great above, and it served its purpose. And RIP Red CE Firebird.
You had a great weekend fling with that disc, Cory. You know?
I know. Yeah, I know. A little summer fling, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Just don't tell your wife about it later. I blew up. I blew up my CE T-Bird, too, speaking of CE. I didn't blow it up, but more just like kind of wicked cracked it in half, you know?
Okay.
Early morning round at Morley, too, so.
Yeah. Yep. No, I blew it up. It was a true blow up. Like,
really? Oh, man.
50 different pieces. Yes.
Oh, man. Shout out to my boy Brett. He blew up an original bar stamp buzz into about that many pieces at Morley one day.
But dude, the AVR was not the craziest thing, or not. It was one of two weird Calvin incidents. The cat, dude, running around the tee pad. That thing was everywhere this weekend.
It was.
I don't know whose cat it is. You know, we were kind of thinking maybe it's Jim Leahy, which is Cat Merch's cat, maybe roaming around. I don't think it was, but it definitely has a similar color, and it had me chuckling a little bit.
But who just let their cat, like, if that's your personal cat, are you just letting your cat wander around a disc golf course and expecting to get it later? Like, how does that work?
You know what? People have different acceptable risk in their life. I would never do it, but you know what? Who knows? But maybe it's a course cat, which makes me even like it even more. Course cat. You know what I mean?
Kind of like Paul up in Idaho. He's got the course cat.
Oh yeah,
right?
Exactly. He's got some course cat, course dogs, that kind of thing. Maybe you're right.
Yeah. Also in sixth place, we had Silas Schultz, who lead card round 2 and round 3, played well. Very supportive of his boy Evan Smith coming down the stretch. Probably nice to have one of your good friends on the card when you're trying to get your first win. Like very, very helpful. Some other notables: we got Chris Clemens tied for 12th.
Huge.
Maybe Austin Turner was correct. This is a lefty-friendly course. His next best finish this year is 41st at the Big Easy Open. His best finish on tour since 11th at the MVP Open last year. But Clemens has been kind of off tour as he's kind of been jumping around the country, jumping into A tiers and stuff like that. Isaac Robinson tied for 14th. He was 1 over round 1 and then 10 under, 8 under round 3. Again, always one bad round from Isaac Robinson.
Exactly. We mentioned it last week. It came true again.
Yeah. The brother, Ezra Robinson, tied for 26. He led the field in strokes gained putting, 9.16, and 90% C1X, 58% C2, 11 of 19. Oh, my gosh. But only gained 2.58 strokes tee to green. Was not throwing it there. 26% C1 in regulation. That is bottom half of the field.
Tough.
He is 13th in your Pro Tour standings. Moving over to Ezra Aderholt, tied for 26. Here's the defending champion. That's why we got to mention him. He was 1 over on the feature card on Friday. That's got to be hard, Cory.
It's tough. You know, it's the expectations. We always say it is tough. Is a difficult thing to get past. +1 on feature card, though, is so below what he's capable of doing. Yeah. Truly, I think he left it all out on the course on Thursday during the Creators Challenge, though, because him and I think Whit Stevenson, which is like kind of Instagram Reels-oriented creator out there, did take it down in the pitch black. I don't know if you caught that, too, but it was full-blown nighttime by the time they finished a playoff.
Wow.
So he was out late.
The
Bonanza putt was nuts, dude.
That was crazy.
90-footer to finish out or to get to push the playoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
insane.
Yep. We have Anthony Barella tied for 32nd, 10 OB strokes, most of anyone in the top 50. Still only one podium this year, third at Champions Cup, and you'll see the ratings update for AB, and it's kind of a crazy tale this year. Last cash, we had 6 players tied at 45th: Luke Sampson, Evan Scott, Zach Arlinghouse, Joey Tamale. Did you pick up this that week, Cory? Dawson
I did not. Probably should have.
Probably should. And Rasmus Saukaripi, one of the best names in all of disc golf. Missed cash. Wow, this is interesting. Nate Sexton missing cash. He was actually the first out of cash at 54th. Corey Ellis, Joel Freeman, Double G, James Conrad, Matty O had a rough week. Kevin Jones, Triple G, Greg Barsby, Nathan Queen, Andrew Fish. Man, that's a heck of names we recognize and love, and they did not. It's getting tough on the tour these days. Yeah, man.
True change of the tone, or like end of an era, really. I mean, we just talked about all the young guns who had fantastic finishes, and it's like, oh, these are all the guys I was touring with in 2018. Clearly,
Yeah,
The pages of time have turned.
they sure have. We did have some high-profile DNFs. We had Kyle Klein DNF after 6 holes. He was even par. Apparently, they got some elbow tendonitis cooking. That's
Yeah.
a sucky one to deal with, man. Hopefully,
Especially for a, you're on tour, you don't have health insurance. I know for sure these guys, they generally are not going to see like full-blown doctors, going to PT, that sort of thing. So an injury like tendonitis is, a difficult thing to get over. So really hope Kyle Klein comes back solid.
Yep. Hoping Avery Jenkins can get over his round 1. He was 8 over, 965 rated. Post round interview said his goal was to finish. Dropped. He is still registered for Worlds. Did not finish. Didn't have it. Thought you had a champ. Didn't have it. Bradley Williams DNF'd. I was even through 8 holes on Sunday. Was missing cash. He probably just like, I'm going to go hang out with Taylor. I don't know. Something else. Speaking of Taylor, let's jump over to FPO. Ella Hansen becomes the 6th unique winner on the FPO side this season. We've talked about her trending up 8th, 6th, 4th, 2nd, and now 1st. Love it. She didn't make it easy on herself down the stretch, Cory, but clutched up when it mattered most. It was an interesting final round, my guy.
Yes. I mean, Evan Smith smoked everyone, walked it in effectively through like 25 holes out there. Exact opposite story on the FPO side. We thought Ella, we're kind of like coming back from Pier Park. We just filmed the Rose City Open. We had it on. We're like watching the finish. Looked like Ella was going to walk that thing in. She was up at 3 with like 5 to go. Oof. Hole 15, bitter hard. There was strokes going all over the place down the stretch. Cat's putter, though. Down last couple holes, tough watch. Yes and no. But some of the long putts she hit in the midsection of that final round were unreal, dude.
Yeah. You go down to the stretch in round 3. You have that disaster class from Ella Hansen on 15. She threw OB twice for a double bogey 6. At the same time, Kat Mertz grabs a birdie 3, and we are tied with 3 holes left to go. You go to 16. Ella parks it. Kat misses. Back to Ella up by 1. You go to 17. Ella gets an early trouble in bogeys. Kat saves par after an early tree hit as well. Tied again going into 18. It's that par 4. Dueling forehand upshots. They're both in the circle. It comes down to a couple C1X putts. Kat goes first, misses. Ella makes hers the winner. Cool finish.
Yeah. Very cool finish. Kat almost had enough on the putt, but a little front cage action. Ella almost didn't have enough on the putt and kind of toilet bowls it around in there, but in is in. Ella gets her first big win of the season, and super stoked for her, obviously.
Yeah.
First big win since last year, the first event of the season. So it's been quite a drought for somebody who really can get it done any week out there.
Yeah, she didn't go undefeated on the weekend then, Cory. Took a big L in fantasy baseball too.
Oh, you had to bring it up. She is in our fantasy baseball league, and yes, I delivered a good old-fashioned hurting to her fantasy team. So unfortunate there, but I'm sure she'll take the trade-off between those two in the grand scheme.
I think she will. I think she'll probably focus on the tournament a little more than fantasy baseball this week, dude.
Yeah.
But kind of a funny note here. After going a combined neg 30 through the first 2 rounds, Kat and Ella combined for neg 5 on Championship Sunday. That Sunday pressure hits a little different, doesn't it, buddy? It's doing its thing. We got some fun Ella Hansen notes. That's her first win since the 2025 Supreme Flight Open, 2024 OTB Open. Before that is her 3rd Disc Golf Pro Tour win. She is 5th in your standings, despite this being her first win of the year, and only 10 points behind Missy Gannon for 4th. Led the field in C1 in regulation, C2 in regulation, parked, strokes gained, tee to green. That's an Ella Hansen tournament, isn't it, Cory?
100%. I mean, we kind of set it up in the preview as it being a thrower's course.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like when we talked to Gannon, he said one of the hallmarks for the courses he likes most is when there's nothing stopping you from birdieing when you throw a perfectly good shot. Oh. This course has that for sure. Yeah. You hit the gap, you throw the shot, it's going to finish where you think it is, right? There's some hillsides, there's some water, there's gaps, but like the thick green grass, I would say slight undulation more than like cliffside style hills, really means that it's a predictable finish and a predictable course to go play. That suited Ella perfectly this week.
Yeah, it's super, super fair. You know, you can definitely say that about that course. Talk about the weekend from Kat Mertz, one of her best actually ever in a wake.
Her best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously got the win at 2023 Jonesboro, but 1,002 event rating is the best of her career. First time ever averaging over 1,000 for a tournament.
Awesome.
Really impressive stuff from her, man. And it's funny. You watch Kat Mertz play, and like visually, not the most inspiring form and like flight of the disc, right? But then the disc is in the basket in less strokes than the majority of other people. So it's kind of this like brain twisting thing to like watch her play. Having said that, second time as a runner up, also actually to Ella Hansen the other time, the 2024 OTB. But unfortunately, it was the putter that did let her down coming down the stretch, right? She makes a couple of those putts in the last couple holes, and we're talking about Kat having her first big win in a long time instead of Ella.
Yeah, that's two. C1X misses in the final 3 holes as she came down the stretch there. She is up to 8th in your Pro Tour standings there, so still a great weekend, all things said. Katrina Allen finished in 3rd. She won the lead card on Sunday, shot 7 under, better than Ella and Kat combined by 2 strokes even. She tied for 3rd last week at Ledgestone, grabbed a $5,000 CTP prize on Sunday, the Hive hole.
500. 500.
What did I say? 5,000?
You said 5,000, which would be a very different sport.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if it was 5,000. But yeah, 500. Thank you, reading is hard. She remains 7th in this season's standings. She will take an amazing finish to catch Evelina, though, for 6th, who has a 200-point lead. And she's also still really good at disc golf. Our historic rival, Paige Pierce, fell to 18th in the standings after shooting 1 over this weekend. That's the bubble for FPO in the championships is 18. So Paige is on it right now. Kat's still battling in the mix. You respect that Kat has always been the professional's professional when it comes to disc golf, Cory. You know,
100%, man. She's got that grinder mindset. She's out there putting in the work. After all these years, there's a lot of players that feel like they've put their 10,000 hours in, and maybe they don't like have to grind it out. Kat is a grinder. You know, she's a David Goggins kind of Andrew Huberman, like F your feelings type. And she puts that mindset into the disc golf, and it's paying dividends. You know, she's one of the best players in the world, 15, 18 years on since she started touring.
She's jumping in that cold shower, Cory. She's eating all the meat. She's doing the things, man, to keep herself in the game, and it's working. A sad story, though. Silva DNF before round 1. She's sick again, unfortunately, and we had no Evelina, no Henna, so it was up to Haiti Lina to keep it going for the 6th event finished winning streak. She got 4th. It's pretty good for 80, so shouts there. Let's move on to our next topic. We have our ratings update. This is super interesting to me, Cory. I don't know about did you like this one? I think it's pretty fun.
Of course. I mean, tracking this stuff, like, you know, you hear people say, "Oh, ratings don't matter," da 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 da, and then the second Tuesday of every month comes, and people are flocking. There's Instagram posts about their ratings movement. We care, Ian.
We do. All right, so we're going to start at the top of the ratings. That is Gannon Burr. He is down 1, back to 1062. Say goodbye to 1063.
It was fun while it lasted.
He had a cool peak. You know, he was really good there for a while. Hopefully, he can be good again. We had some risers. Ricky Wysocki is up 2 to 1053. And fun note there, he is now your number 2 player in the world, jumping Calvin, who is at 1052. Career high for Ricky is 1056 in 2021.
Wow.
This next one surprised me. Hit it, Cory.
Dude, Macbeth up 2 to 1048. That makes him the tied for the 4th highest rating in the world with Isaac Robinson. So call him top 5 in the world. There's a lot of talk about Macbeth being missing. There's a lot of talk about him past his peak. But we're talking about a top 5 player in the world. He's the guy. He is my GOAT. You can talk all you want about Gannon being the best player of all time. I'm going to bat for Macbeth, baby. That's my generation.
There's best and there's greatest, Cory. They're different. They're different things.
2015 Macbeth. I don't care how good Gannon's playing.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
I'll give you that one. Dude, no one's going to touch that season ever. Promise you. Eagle McMahon is up 5 points to 1045. He was rated 1026 just 2 years ago, November 2024. Now number 6 in the world. The bird is officially back. Cory, what was Eagle's highest rating?
Oh, he was never a 1060 guy, but he was firmly in the 1050s at some point. He was part of that 1050 crew. I'm going to go 1056.
You cheater. Did you not? Did you cheat?
No, I swear to God, I did not cheat. Is that really it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You dog, man.
Hey, man, I've been around a long time. I've been staring at PDGA scoreboards for a long time now.
Man,
That's so funny. I nailed it.
that was impressive. Chris Dickerson, another longtime great player. He's up 2 points to 1043. He was 1035 in August 2025. You know, we did notice the Dickerson slump. It happened over these last couple of years, but to see him rise back this year is awesome, man. I'm a big Chris Dickerson fan, and to see him play well it's been great.
Me too. And it's funny, like he's this far up year over year, but we haven't even really seen him in the mix to win much at all in the past year. So that's just got to be through consistent, 14th to 8th finishes out there at the Pro Tour. Like he's just been Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, kind of a funny note here. As much as things change, they also stay the same. Wysocki, Heimberg, McMahon, and Dickerson are 5 of the top 8 players registered for Worlds by rating, and they've been around a while. So yeah, there's some truth to that. 2019 Worlds, they were 5 of the top 6, fully 7 years ago.
So this is the question for the viewers.
Yeah, this is the question for the viewers. Who was the 6th highest rated player in 2019 at Worlds?
Or not the highest rated, but who were they were 5 of the top 6 finishers at Worlds. Who was the 6th?
I think it's rating. Let's see. Yeah, it's by rating.
Okay, by rating, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So who was the 6th in that clump? No, this is got to leave it in the comments. Who do you think it is?
Leave in the comments.
Without
Let
Googling.
You know if you're right. Without Googling. I don't try. We trust our viewers. I think we do.
I trust my viewers. Best people. Charming, beautiful. They'd never cheat.
The integrity off the charts.
Yeah.
All right. Next gen bubbling up category, we have Evan Smith up 3 to 1043. Luke Taylor up 4 to 1041. Welcome to 1040s, my guy. That's a new career high for Luke Taylor. Sully Tippy up 2 to 1041, along with Luke Taylor there. Cole Radalin up 2, 1038, despite his up and down year, man, which shows you his highs are high, Cory.
Yes.
No question there. Guy too. Zach Nash, man.
Another career high, +2 to 1035. I'm wondering if the Evan Smith did scores get submitted early enough to where that count, the Discmania challenge counts in that. I'm putting that out to
page, it's not even updated. The PDGA page only has round 1, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I just looked a little bit ago.
Interesting. So we'll get back. I want to confirm that before, because we could see. Okay, it looks like they are included. There's the +3. That helps. I was wondering, because if it wasn't included, that's going to be another big bump. But obviously, Evan hasn't played in a while, so it makes sense that if it was going to move, this was probably included.
This next category is the most surprising to me. Some recent winners, contenders that are falling in rating points. Barella is down 3 to 1038, but also he was 1048 a year ago. He's down 10 points. That's a stroke around at least, if not a stroke.
Stroke and a half on the tour.
Stroke and a half most of the time on tour. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Kyle
it's crazy
Klein,
to see, man.
Dude, it is. He's so talented.
I don't know
what. And he did it,
Yeah. No, I'd love to sit down with AB and maybe be able to hash out. Like, I'm curious if he has thoughts on what's going on here. You know what I mean? Because if you look at the tournament finishes, it's jarring to see, like, 32nd this week. Like, there's a lot of way down the field for somebody who has maybe the best arm talent in the field.
Yeah, the highest ceiling on the course every week is that dude. It's crazy. Kyle Klein down 2 to 1036. He was 1043 in August 2025, but he's been battling injuries over the last couple of years back. And now he's got elbow tendonitis cooking, never fun. Ezra Robinson is down 4 to 1034. He was 1044 a year ago in August 2025.
That's another strange one. I think we
all start to the year, didn't he?
Yes, but like I think he won. Was it last year? Supreme Flight Open. He ended up winning for his first big win. And I think everybody was expecting him to be that next entrance into that, like, on lead card, chase card, every single tournament kind of guy. And it's been kind of a wonky. I mean, really, it's been wonky for both of the Robinson brothers. But, like, Ezra just hasn't. Isaac has one rough round. It seems like Ezra is like like he has one great round, but just cannot get it together these tournaments.
Rough. Moving over to, we had Aaron Gossage. He is down 2 points to 1035. Another 1040 guy a year ago. He was 1042 in April. Actually, this year even. He was 1038 in August of 2025. So a quick ascension and descension for Aaron Gossage recently. Interesting. Aderhold is down 1 to 1022. He was 1034 in August a year ago. That was his career high. So, no.
Yeah, shortly after the win in Des Moines, things have taken a turn, obviously, but we've kind of hammered that all year. But just good to know. I mean, to know it's still trending down.
Yeah, it is. Moving over to FBO, not a lot of movement at the top. We've got, Silva, Scoggins, Solonen, Gannon, Hanley. Although Holland is down 2, but the rest kind of just chilled there. Katrina Allen, your big mover, up 7 to 968, man. That's so impressive. Yeah. She was 952 a year ago. Way to fight back having a baby, man. That's so impressive.
Yeah,
grinder.
Getting into shape. She is locked in. And it's funny to see, 968, 5 or 6 years ago, would have been one of the top-rated FPO players in the world, right? You had your kind of Kristen or your Paige, top at times. Mm-hmm. But 968 is just you can scroll down Skip Ace. That is almost midfield level of ratings points. It is crazy that how high the skill has gotten in FPO.
Mm-hmm. All that said, she is only 9 points off her all-time high after being a mom at an older age. Pretty cool for Kat. Next topic up is one we have been waiting to talk about for a very long time, Cory. The Preserve doubles is coming up. Why did it take this long to have a doubles tournament? Because everyone freaking loves doubles in disc golf. I love doubles. You love doubles. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play. And why do we only have one? Give me at least two. Double.
I know. A doubles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're so right. It's funny that we had match play before we had a doubles tournament.
Yeah.
Doubles is
match play?
The official variant of disc golf, right? Singles is the way the game is supposed to play, but the most popular other way to play, we've never had an event that focuses on it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. But we're here. It's at Preserve, which already has sky high vibes for the tour. Dude. I think doing a doubles event, team oriented, if you can get there in person, go. This is going to be an incredible event to be a part of. I'm a bit bitter that I can't get out there this year, but the Preserve property as a whole, everybody camps on site. It has that classic camping tournament vibe. It's the last one on tour that really has it. Yeah. And I'm expecting it to be a show-stopping event, both on this course and for us at home watching.
Yeah, I think views are going to be insane on Jomez. Mm-hmm. I'm like at least a 1.5 to 2x. I feel over some other tournaments this year. I think so, dude. I don't know. I just feel. We'll see if I'm right next week. The format, a little interesting. We got Friday and Saturday are both best shot doubles, so what you're used to playing at leagues all the time. And then Sunday we have kind of a modified alternate shot. Cory, talk about that.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to get alternate shot to work, right? You could do true alternate shot, which is literally even tap-ins count. You rotate every single throw. There's the classic modified alt shot, which is, I take evens, you take odds, and you just play alternate shot from there. Then there's what we're doing now, which is almost feels like it has a little bit more of gamesmanship. So each player is going to throw half the holes, 9 and 9. But you go in with a plan. I throw large sidearm, so I'm going to take, hole 5, hole 3. You can pick it out. The rub, though, is that a player cannot take more than 2 shots in a row, or 2 tee shots in a row.
Okay.
So you really have to sit down, game plan the course with your partner, and figure out a cohesive plan that's going to work out that way. Obviously, after each tee shot, it is a true alt shot. So if I'm throwing the tee shot, you, Ian, then have to play either the putt or the upshot there. So a unique format that personally I've never seen implemented at any other tournament than this.
Yeah, I think it'll be an okay format. I think I'm curious how many people are going to throw on a card. Is it going to be 4-packs, 6-packs, 8-packs?
I wondered this as well.
Because
I think 8 is a little much.
8's a little much. 6, I feel like could work. But if you do 4, you're going to stretch your cameras very thin. You're going to, because in a way you're covering half as many, positions as you would normally. So if you have 3 card coverage, that's only top 6, so it could get a little dicey coming on
So
Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah, what I think it'll be is, or I think what it should be is 6 packs for the best shot, rounds 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then go to 8 packs for round 3, because effectively that'll be a foursome playing each hole.
Right.
So I think that would be maybe the better way of doing it, but it is going to be, I'm curious, we're media guys, so I'm kind of watching that, like, how are the score bugs on Jomez going to change? How are the camera distribution going to change? Like, that's kind of the stuff I'm paying attention to, as well as the play.
Yeah, we're going to have like more single cam coverage, perhaps, to get more cards included. I don't know.
I mean, it's that kind of a course where that's not that much of a killer, right? Where you could see most of the flight with this one camera. So something to think about.
Point. Yeah, and Cory makes a great point about going to watch this event in person. Preserve is a top tier spectator course in person. It's like Cory's. The vibes are fantastic. The people are cool, and you can watch a ton of great golf there. So if you're in the area, check it out. I would. We did have some notable drops, though. Macbeth and Barella, most notably due to Macbeth, I believe, pulling out. Shame for AB. I mean, that's like a double. Who would want to have AB as your doubles partner, dude?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm like on the fringe of making the tour championship, like, I'm sorry, I'm bailing on my other fringe partner, hitting up AB and trying to get those points. You know what I mean?
I wonder. Kind of like the school dance, Cory. You show up late.
I know. It's true. It's like getting my prom date had to bail a week before prom. Yeah. Like, you're kind of, you're
taking
bad.
mom, Cory. You're taking mom at that point.
Oh, Debbie would have loved that. Let me just say that right now, dude. That would have been peak for her.
It would have. Some kind of other fun notes we've got here. The course plays a little tougher than normal. They've kind of made some par 5s, combined a couple of holes. Alt shot is probably where you're going to see the scoring separation come.
Yeah.
I would think so. And also, kind of an interesting note, how many of these people actually play the doubles that much? Like, they just come up playing singles, Am Worlds, Junior Worlds, they're probably not going to leagues because they feel like they're too good already,
No, you're 100% sure. Also, like, the majority of these young players come from a certain background, and if you just go out to your local dubs leagues, a lot of beer drinking, a lot of cig smoking, a lot of like rolling something up, right? It's not exactly the most savory crowd.
That's true.
So I for sure could see like Luke Taylor, Evan Smith, Sully not really playing much doubles outside of maybe like just messing around, like
because
I'm going to be curious.
There's game
about
theory.
That.
There's game theory that applies when you play doubles.
Yes.
Like laying up. Do you lay up the first putt? Do you run the first putt?
Run the first one every single time.
You always run the first putt because if you hit metal, then you give the other guy a chance to run it too. Like that, but not everybody might know that. If you don't play a lot of doubles, you might not be playing perfectly. Strategy-wise. So that'll be interesting to see.
One thing I'm curious about is, well, I guess I want to say 2 things. Okay. One, like formal PDGA rules, time extensions.
It could be slow.
It could be a little slow, right? You need to look at both lies.
Yeah.
Like, this one's further, but it might be in the woods. You got to walk up, get a look. So I'm curious to see how that will play out. Also, and there's been a lot of talk about this, but like, are these guys going to be griefing? Like, there's points on the line for this one, but I personally think that the general disposition and like tenor of the whole tournament is going to be slightly more of an exhibition rather than like a full-blown Elite Series event. So you think these guys are going to get a little loose, Ian? What do you think?
I think I'm going to trend the other way, man. I think it's going to trend closer to Pro Tour than exhibition. Because the points are there, the money's there. Okay. These dudes are all ultra competitive. I think you're going to hear a lot more banter in the way. They're going to be talking a little more. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, the golf is going to be hyper competitive, dude. These dudes all love to win. I think.
Well, I'll tell you what. During the best shot format, like I can already see poorly filmed over the top shots now. You know what I mean? Like it's going to lead to a lot of freaky plays that are actually incredibly difficult to film on camera. So I'm curious how that element of the whole thing plays out. Like you thought your like guy at the local league was throwing crazy shots when your partner's parked to try and ace. Like these guys are going to be throwing nuts over the top shots, like into the woods. Oh, I'm throwing over every, you know what I mean? So I'm curious how that's going to look on camera.
I'm just expecting highlights galore, man. Throw-ins galore, crazy over the top shots, crazy rollers, huge crazy golf
Definitely
lines.
more throw-ins than normal.
I think it's going to be just amazing, man. Speaking of amazing, let's talk about our teams. We have some great team names. We have some terrible team names. We have some interesting team compositions. We're going to break it down for you. We've broken them down into tiers, as we like to do here. Tier 1 consists of Team Heimberg. That's Calvin and Gannon. Combined rating of 21-14. Kind of a mercenary pairing, though, Cory.
Yeah.
Like, you know, these dudes aren't
This was
hanging
not
off tour.
chosen through vibes. This was not chosen through shared life experience. These are the two best players in the world trying to game the system. You know what I mean?
They really are. They really are. Speaking of, like, our next team is actually almost the same thing. Tier 2, we have Ricky Wysocki and Adam Hammes. Their name is Ricky Wysocki / Adam Hammes. Boo.
Riveting.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Obviously, they're fringing on tier 1, but there's no chance I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt there with that name. Like you're sliding down into tier 2. Doubles is the chance to come up with a fun, kooky name. It's like naming a fantasy team. Like give me something with some flavor.
Yeah, in the comments, give us some better names for Ricky Wysocki and Adam Hammes doubles team name. I came up. You can't even like Bomb and Hammer. It's still bad, but it's better than Ricky Wysocki. Ham sock.
I like your
terrible.
second one you came up with, ham sock.
Ham sock. So you guys can beat my team names, and you guys can definitely beat their team name. So fire off in the comments. We got some witty listeners. I can't wait to hear what you guys come up with. Also in tier 2, we have the Crush Boys. You love this team, Cory.
This has been called for so long. Yeah. People have wanted to see the Crush Boys playing doubles, and we're finally getting it. Simon Lizotte, Eagle McMahon, combined rating of 2,077. They've got the team spirit. They've got the vibes. They've got combined like experience. They filmed a lot of content together. They definitely win the best marketing and brand synergy award. Like, it's when we heard of the doubles, there was no chance this team was not going to be a team together. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
It is made for this event.
Yep. It absolutely is. You gotta love that. I mean, Simon, what a great doubles partner too.
No, seriously. Like if you created a perfect doubles partner in a lab, would it be Prime Simon? Like Trick Shot Prime can throw any line, not only any line, but like some of the dumber, more creative, like aggressive lines. I'm curious. I can't wait to see it. Obviously, they have to be on like feature card or whatever round 1.
Oh yeah, they got to be. I go back to like Champs Chumps. It's doubles, and I go back to Simon is legit one of the best champs we've ever had on. You know, he's that guy. He's that guy. We have Team DGA Dogs. We got Cobra Dawn and Sullivan Tipton. Combined rating of 2079, but the balance, Cory, with those two feels unfair.
Yes, I mean, and just like the team before, the Crush Boys, like they have a good relationship with each other. Vibes are going to be high. Cole with a rip backhand, Sully with maybe the most consistent long power sidearm, and just the most consistent sidearm I would say on tour.
Yeah,
I mean they're both good putters. Don't get me wrong. I don't think either one of them is like league leader type putter, but I think the synergy between the two throws is going to really sync up well for this tournament.
And Sully's been playing great right now too, Cory. You know, it's a great time for Cole to hop on that Sully train, man. You like his chances there. Do you like the chances for the Robinson brothers? That's Isaac and Ezra, Cory. Combined 2082, two overlapping skill set-y, or I don't know. What do you think, man?
Exactly. I mean, do I like their chances of playing well? Yes. Do I like their chances of winning? No. Like, you know, is this could it be brother magic? Or could this be like an 11 and 12-year-old getting into like inane arguments with each other and kind of like slapping the back of their heads? Like it's hard to know which this is going to slide into. But obviously neither of them are having the season they'd love right now. So if you're just talking about straight firepower, it's not exactly the one that I would pick to win. Both backhand dominant, great putters, obviously. Yeah, but
they do have that.
This one's more about the brand, I think, than actual like finishing.
Composition.
Yeah,
I'm with you there. There is another brother team name we have. It's just Mon. That's Jake and Ryan Mon, in case you could put that together. Team Nuggets, which is obviously Nicholas Antela and Gavin Babcock. I mean, I think Nuggets. I think Nicholas Antela and Gavin Babcock. What?
Chicken nuggets, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't totally know exactly, but Combined rating of 2080, man. They're good.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good, man. Kind of surprised Nicholas not with a fellow Euro, you know?
Agreed. Like, you have a chance to hold it down for the Europeans, for the Finns, and I mean, Gavin's a great player. It's like hard to argue like sliding in with the 1040 guy, but like this tournament is an ability to kind of like, or a chance to like show off a little bit of je ne sais quoi, like you know, hold it down for the people. I was expecting Niklas to team up with a Finn. Yeah.
Yeah, a little surprise there from the Finnish dream son-in-law, not really coming through for the Finns there. I love this next team, both in composition and in name. I think they've nailed both facets of creating a doubles team. We have Luke Taylor and Andrew Marweed. No Mish, all makes. They're both from Michigan. Love this one, Cory.
Yeah, the Michiganders. This is a sneaky team that I think could finish really well out here.
Really.
Marweed plays well at this event. Luke Taylor, maybe the most... he's in conversation for the most gifted thrower we have in the field, for sure. So when you combine super elite putting with a great sidearm and Luke Taylor's throwing ability, like... I think that they're going to play above their ratings. Like they'll play over their head, I think.
Yeah, it's a kind of a synergy thing there. We combine them together and they're greater than the sum of the parts deal. I like that for sure with you there. We're going to jump down to tier 3. The top of tier 3, we have Chicken Tacos, which is kind of funny. Chris Dickerson, the chicken, and Mason Ford, the tacos. Their rating is 2078. They got a high rating, but when was the last time they were in a mix for the win, Cory? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and I would expect this one to be similar, where they'll get like 7th.
I think so too.
Like,
yeah,
you know, great team, but not exactly one I think is going to be pushing for the win.
Mm-hmm. We have Tall and Slim, which is Corey Ellis and Kyle Klein. Hopefully, Kyle Klein's playing. The rating is 2067. I feel like we could do better on the team name though.
Yeah. Maybe Virginia Slims. That just came to my mind. He's Corey Ellis from West Virginia.
Yeah, there you go.
That literally, that's us off the top right there. I can't even claim. That was a freestyle. But I'm paying attention, obviously, to Kyle Klein. He did back out. If he dumped, like, Corey Ellis, AB, could that be like... wait and see on that one. Which also Tall and Slim fits for, in fairness.
It does work. It does work. They could also have, like, something with the European... championships where Corey beat AB. Remember that?
Oh,
got some interesting feelings there. We have. I really like this next team, and most of our female viewers will as well. Butch and Sundance, Austin Turner, Kayla Viska, rating 2065. But if you're looking at looks ratings, max.
Yes, yeah, I would say like some of the highest pretty rate in the field for sure. Having said that,
could score.
They could score. But this happens every year at Preserve. They put Kale on the feature card, and it's like, oh, it's his home tournament, and he hasn't quite had any really great finishes out here at the Preserve. So maybe doubles will allow him to get a little looser, feel like he doesn't have to like defend this house quite as much. But quality. Butch and Sundance, looking for them to have a good weekend.
Yeah, great compliment. Putting, distance lefty, solid righty. I could see him doing good things.
I think they both are like bringing Sundance energy though. Butch, I wouldn't describe either of them.
Yeah, that tracks. We have the Bad News Boys. I don't get that one really either. We have Matt Oram and Casey White, rating of 2065, and surprisingly, Casey White bringing the ratings heat on that team.
That was shocker to me. Like when I just have it in my head that is not the case. That Casey's kind of like the young Grom grinding up, and Matty O's like one of those 1040 guys. Yeah. But it's just not what it is. You look at the numbers. I think Matty's like in the mid or upper 1020s, and Casey White, his rating is insanely high these days.
Yeah, high 30s, low 40s, then, right? So something like that if you do the math. Team Big Red. This is a very interesting team for me. Zach Nash, one of the nastiest backhands in the game, and Chandler Kramer, the forehand specialist. Could be fun. Could be interesting. They could capitalize on their different skill sets, or it could just go terribly. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, definitely different games, obviously. I mean, you have like one of the biggest, like most mutant style sidearms can hit any single line, and you've got the cleanest thrower in the field. I almost wish that Chandler Kramer could have been with one of the Robinson brothers, just to like truly give you the best of both worlds kind of a situation. But I mean, obviously they're Texas guys. I'm sure they know each other in some way. So they're good on camera, if nothing else.
Yeah, they could use a better putter between the two of them.
Agree.
If I'm looking at the stats right, I think I was. Jumping down to Tier 4, we have some interesting teams down here. Team Parker Yulee. That's a lame team name. You guys can do better. That's Paul Ulibarri and Parker Welk. That is lame, right? Am I wrong? Am I reading that wrong? Or is it a funny pun I'm missing? Team
No.
Parker Yulee. I don't get it.
No, it's we take ourselves too serious team name category. You know what I mean? Like, we would never give ourselves a silly name. We're working professionals.
We talked about some of the young guys not having the doubles experience. That's not going to be the case for Yulee. He's going to play this game theory perfectly. If I'm guessing right, what do you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to like you still got a birdie. So like the game theory is good. It's important. But without throwing incredible shots, you could a game theory your way to 24th place. You know what I mean? So sure, does he have extra wisdom points in the RPG slider with Yulee's presence there? Maybe. Yeah. I don't, and Parker's a gifted thrower, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But just when you're looking at the other teams compared to this one,
they're in Tier 4 for a reason, is what you're saying here. We have, I like this one, Team Course Maintenance. Thanks to all their course preview videos. We have Ezra Hitterhold and Aaron Gossage. Combined rating of 2057. I think they'd be great at best shot. I don't like their alternate shot chances, Cory.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about them all year, trending downwards and not having the best season. So obviously that's at play, but they were going to be paired up. The second they announced the doubles,
of course,
they had to do it. They filmed so many doubles videos together. It fits the brand.
Yeah, it really does. Speaking of fitting the brand, we have Big Sexy. That's Nate and Germ. Brand synergy. We just got Germ's got that new dad energy. Sexton has that I just missed cash energy.
Ooh.
Will they finish in the top half?
No.
Okay. I think they will. I'm giving them top half. Did you look at the teams, man? There's some.
I know.
There's some regular folks signed up for this thing. I like their chances. We have Team Break 50. Albert Tom and Jesse Niemanen. Rating of 2051. Break 50. What's that?
I don't know. I assume that's a score of 50 on the course or something like that. But okay. We're into the European solidarity team. So like I'm rooting for Tom and the Break 50 squad, Tom and Niemanen, as well as this next group here.
See, I think it's Break 50 under, Cory.
Okay.
Over 3 rounds? 54?
I can see it. Yeah.
Right? 50? Do you think someone has to get to 50 to win this thing? What's the winning score going to be? That's a good
I think it'll be like
commenters.
48 or 47 winner.
Fire it off in the comments. The first person that leaves the right winning score will get a disc. I'll mail you one. So fire it off in the comments what you think the winning score for the preserved doubles will be. You're on record of 48, Cory?
48 is my guess. Yeah.
48.
No, actually, I don't even think it's good. That's 3 16s in a row, dude. No, it's not. It's going to be like 43.
I'll take the over. I'll take 44. I think it'll be over 43. Over 43.
You Price is Right me, dude?
Yeah. I can do that because I made you guess first. First rule of negotiation, Cory. Make the other guy say a number first. You failed. 2 gives. We have Team Turku, which is Vaino Mäkelä and Saukuripi. They are rating 2048. Shouts to Finland for being solid and playing together. We appreciate that.
Yeah, the only Finnish solidarity team, so love that.
Yeah. We have our best names category. These are some good ones here. They put in the work. We appreciate it. We're going to give you your spotlight for putting in the work on the team name. Not like Adam and Ricky. This is Check Yourself Before You Clay Yourself. That's Jakub Semrad and Clay Edwards. Mm-hmm. Dig it.
Slightly nonsensical, but it lets you know who's on the team, and it's got some flavor.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's kind of like
I totally. But Clay, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not quite. Clay is not wreck, but it works. We have Team Form Moggers, which is our boy Jed Berger and Kyle Creekhouse. I don't know Kyle.
I've heard the name.
Yeah. What is form moggers? Are they just like, just form nerds? Is that what that means? Moggers?
You're aging yourself, Ian.
I know I am. Is that
Moggers is like somebody who, like a frame mog is essentially like somebody who's way hotter than you that's on camera and like taking all the attention away from you. So like 4 moggers would be like,
they have the best form.
Your form is so elite that you're like embarrassing everyone else. You know what I mean? Like,
Jed has great form, so.
Yeah, but come on, you're playing in the Pro Tour. Sorry about it. It ain't you.
That kid has a Pro Tour caliber arm, for sure, dude. For sure.
Is he redefining how we learn backhand form, though?
Yes, absolutely. I just saw the edit in Wikipedia the other day. We have MPO qualified exemption. That's Team Simon Solon and Zachary Troto. They are 1970 rated. We have Team Nas Reed, which is Tony Cahill and Aiden Guthrie. Kind of a Minnesota meme, Corey. I like that one. That's good.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
love
he's in Charlotte now.
That's it. That's a deal.
That is kind of the rub there. We have Please Let Us In, Anders Lid and Evan Walker. Evan Walker making an appearance. Yep. I like that. Are they vampires, Corey? Is that they just need to be let in? They need to be allowed in? You know? Is that
or they signed up 3 days ago. One of the two.
That's probably what it is. It's probably not my guess. It's Modelo time. Nicholas Gill and Austin Bates. Hopefully it's Modelo time after the round, not before. They are 2041 rated. And then we have Team Hard Knocks, which is Nico and his brother, Jeremy Dwyer.
I think it's half brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine with the naming. 1984 rated. That's kind of funny. Nico playing with a pretty low rated player. Probably kind of like his normal, league dubs.
Yeah, truly like a flip dubs experience, right?
Yeah. Or Nico would be going, oh.
I know. Nico is that guy too. I love Nico, but
doesn't hide it at all when he gets to just shitty player. He's like, I'm out. I'm leaving. Gotta feel so bad we were that guy. We have Team 5G, which you can add up all the G's and figure out. It's triple and double. That's Greg and Garrett. And then we have 4 Meters of Man, which is James Conrad, Connor O'Reilly. But I can't help but think James stole this from you in a way, Corey. Did you talk about your team name to him before? You guys have hung out.
I mean, honestly, it makes its rounds. 3-time doubles champions. We've got the hat trick out here at Golden Gate. Me and my girlfriend Ashley are 10 feet of terror. So I appreciate this, if nothing else, because it's keeping in the same theme. So
it's so cool.
Respect. I love it.
It's so good. I love it. Yeah, I'm with you there, man. Let's move on to FPO. Kind of no super teams, like Silva and Own didn't team up. It's kind of interesting. It's a smaller field. There's probably more feels, at play here. I wonder how this, getting your dance partner. I wonder how that worked out exactly. But looking at our tiers, we've got Katrina Allen and Silva Saarinen in Tier 1, 1959 rated. That's a scary team, and especially the way Katrina's been playing lately.
Yeah, I mean, we just hope that obviously Silva's feeling a little bit better. I don't know what the sickness was, but it's been a full week. It'd be like a week and a half. Yeah, full week, I guess, since DMC round 1. So hopefully she's feeling better. That is my pick, obviously, to take it down. They're in that weak name category. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned the name.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Saarinen.
Come on. I mean, but Corey, you look at those two. Did you expect better?
Honestly, you're so right. You're so right. Like they're love
so
them both,
up.
but there is not a drop of personality between the two of them.
No.
Yeah.
They're just all about the golf, man.
Yeah.
Personality in spades with our next team. Also the name.
Yeah.
Very
overflowing personality.
Very bold, if you will. We have Team Goat Money. It's Paige Pierce, Missy Gannon, combined rating of 1949. That's a heck of a team name, man. That's throwing goat around.
It's a full-blown villainous team name. Ian. Yeah. Like, who's calling themselves the GOAT mid-career when things are trending down? Like, that is nuts. That's like MJ on the Wizards calling himself GOAT. Like,
I know. FPO is funny because, though, you get 5 world championships and then you're just tied for the GOAT because that's what Elaine King did. That's what Juliana Korver did. That's what Paige Pierce did. So they're all like 3-way tied for the GOAT. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little tacky, but I think it's bold. It's a little tacky. I also would guess that Missy came up with this name, right?
I think so. I think so too. I don't think Paige did.
And we all love Missy, but she's the one wearing gold dollar bills on her
Yeah.
ears. Like she's not afraid of pushing the envelope a little bit there. So I actually do love that in a world where we always play nicey.
Yeah, there we go.
Like I do appreciate that.
Our next team in Tier 1 is Twins. It's Holland Hanley and Addison Woodard. They're kind of twinny, personality, very, like, go get them, kind of like, competitive.
Yeah, we need to see them lined up to see if they actually look like each other, but it's a solid team regardless.
Body types-ish, they kind of look alike a little bit, I think,
Yeah.
Similar vibes there. We have Team California Girls, Owen Scoggins.
You object to this one.
Taylor Chosick is not from California. She's from Oregon, so...
Maybe originally, like, I don't know. I know she went to like some high school out there or something, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
it's odd,
early years was California and went to she went to South Union.
Having said that, really solid pairing. Big arm, great putts. Like they're going to play well, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I like their chances. Some other notable teams. We have the Mondujanos. You'll never guess who is on this team.
Standard.
Yeah, their rating is 1932. A lot of kind of like the Robinson brothers. They're just like the same player twice.
Literally.
Yeah. Really, So we'll see how they do. I don't have the highest of hopes for that team. I don't think the ceiling is as high as you would like. Causing a Rivka is Ella and Raven Klein. Rivka is a girl's name of Hebrew origin. It means to tie or bind. That's deep. They put some work into that one. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think they're going to be one of the best teams out there. I do
too.
Like Raven is slightly underrated, relative to the other players.
Yeah,
but I think she's got all the throws that a lot of the other players do. So I think a doubles format actually increases her value. So I would, and maybe the all-time vibes tribe, like of any of these teams.
Yeah.
Like Ella was talking about how important this week is for her. Raven's from Minnesota. I know she's going to be jacked up for this tournament. So that's my kind of not so sneaky pick for a great weekend.
Mm-hmm. And kind of going back to what you said about Raven, she has all the shots of the top pros. She just doesn't throw them all the time. Consistency is her issue. So doubles having Ella there, like you said, that's a really, really strong team. We have Team M&M as Weatherman and Mittling. They're rating 1912. You never know. They could do it. And then we have Team Locked In. That's Burge and Ida Nessie. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a kind of an odd couple. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously great games. I would expect they're going to play well.
Yeah, we have teams Let Me In and Team Locked In. That's kind of funny. We have potential train wreck. Oh my gosh, Golden Pines. Interesting name. That's Kona Panis and Maria Oliva. Could be a train wreck. Could win the tournament.
Definitely gifted throwers, and should say Kona Montgomery now. Put some respect on that wedding.
Thank you.
And but yeah, no, you're not kidding. It's maybe the two highest variance players out there. So
Kona can beat Own. We just saw that a little bit ago. Like it was one stroke off when beating her at Reedy Creek, tied her in a way. But yeah, so we'll see what they do.
Honestly, I'm so stoked for this event, though, Ian. It's going to be a blast. Like we have all these teams, but it's such a refreshing way to have an event right before Worlds, right? Because that's what we're leading up to Worlds, and so to have this doubles event is a really fun way, I think, of getting the Worlds weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm making time to watch for this one this weekend for sure. I'll be tuned in. Moving on to our fantasy league recap from last week. Heat check with the win. They went Sullivan Tipton, Cadence Burge, Evan Smith. Well done there. Ida Emily Nessie for 130 points. Connor O'Reilly, little auto parts action, and Gavin Babcock. Second place, Sean Jack for his second podium in a row.
Woo!
Wow, Sean. He's got that inside info working for the Pro Tour, though. We should probably get him.
Hey, playing well when it means the most.
Yeah. We got MJH in third. Cory, you're in fourth. Again, strong showing. And I was down there in 11th. Not terrible bad.
Respectable.
We have this week coming up, which is interesting. Do you want to take a stab at explaining it?
Yeah, I'll kind of dive in there. Doubles is an interesting format. It makes it extra interesting that each player that you pick for fantasy this week is going to get the score for both of the players. So you kind of have two different mindsets when it comes to picking players in fantasy this week. Either you're going to pick the low rated player of the pairing, or you could double dip. Like if you really think one team is going to dominate, pick them both and you get effectively double points, right? Or you get to like the more optimized team. For me, my thought process there was to go with the lower rated of the pairing to kind of cheat your way into maybe a better performance there. But overall, I think the scores are going to be really high this week. Just if you're looking at like the points earned per week kind of a thing. But at least it gives you some options, right? And it allows you to pick some players or get access to rooting for some players that you wouldn't, because the ratings, like you end up like, for instance, I'm going to go with Calvin so that I get access to Gannon. So you get almost like a double field of your players, which is pretty cool.
Hit us with your picks, buddy. Who you got?
Cool. I'll lead it off. Just off the top, obviously, I picked Calvin, which gets me into that Calvin and Gannon team. I went with, shocking no one, that Ricky and Adam pairing. I went with Adam, obviously, because he's a handful of points lower. I went DGA Dogs, Cole Radalin of the Cole and Sully Tipton team. And then I went with Course Maintenance. I did it. I picked Ezra Aderhold after the points dropped. Wow. So I've got Ezra and Aaron. I just like rooting for the guys, and it's going to be they're a fun team to track right throughout the event.
Yeah, I feel you.
Over on the FPO side,
No, go ahead.
Over on the FPO side, I went Katrina Allen, obviously, to get into that top team. And then I went Raven Klein, who's quite a bit lower rated than Ella. So was able to sneak in another top team for my picks this week.
Oh, you did really well. You're making me feel bad about my picks, but I'm going to give it to you.
Tactical choices.
Yeah, I know. I actually screwed one up entirely, which you pointed out beautifully. So I picked Calvin to get access to that Calvin Gannon team.
Yeah.
I foolishly picked Sullivan Tipton instead of Cole Radalin. See, I can go change my picks now, can't I?
Nope.
It's locked
You're
in.
locked. You've said it now on air. You are committed.
So I got Sullivan Tipton throwing away 10 ratings points or something right there. I want to say something like
6,
that.
Yeah.
I got Austin Turner and Kale. I like that team. I probably picked the wrong person there again too, if I had to guess.
Yep.
And then I got Ryan Mon for my
I like
MPO,
that.
the brothers Mon. And then FPO, I went Taylor Chosick, getting access to Owen Scoggins and that Taylor team there. And then I also went Katrina Allen, getting the Silva pick. So
okay, so some overlap, but your kind of fun pick was the Pretty Boys, Butch and Sundance. You went Robert Redford, Paul Newman. Yeah. I went with the Course Maintenance guys. So I think it's going to be a really fun weekend overall. Excited to kind of break it down after the fact, but fantasy, man, this has been a hit all year.
It's been so fun, man. I really enjoy it. Almost as much as you enjoyed being Ella Hansen in fantasy at baseball this last week.
I know. I was on it all week. I was talking about it. Grinding out starting pitchers to try and get Ks, man. I was
she's
working
on the
it this week.
Players.
Yeah, I know.
Love it, dude. Love it. That is all we got for this episode of Coast to Coast Disc Golf. As always, we're brought to you by Bag Boy. CCDG gets you 10% off. We saw someone at the Rose City Open that used the coupon code. Let's go.
Yeah, he thanked us for some bucks off the cart. Yeah. So always excited to hear that we're actually doing something for real out there.
It's kind of fun. Any notes before we bail, Cory?
No, man, this has been a fun one. A little bit longer than normal, but it's just a blast to dive into the teams. Kind of really refreshing format and week for us. We've just been around so much disc golf, so took the extra time, but really excited for the doubles this week.
Yeah, it's the Pro Tour's fault this episode is long because there's too much fun stuff to talk about. So blame it on them. All right, gang, we will catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.
Out of facto, pterodactyl when I micro and macro my mind. Why would I try to hide the fact that I'm jacked to be actually naturally high? And I'm that guy with the flashlight, looking back at the track with the black light. How about this? How about that? Pay attention to wax. You're free to see what that's like, and that's why.